Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Let Go to Hobbies. Right, seems like I've touched a bit of a sensitive nerve, and with Nigel Farage at the helm of the next Prime Minister of the UK, some people don't like it, do they? Well, it's got to be far better than what we've got at the moment, by a million miles, and people might not like Nigel Farage, but if it's not him, it'll be someone in reform, in charge of the country, making it far better than what we've got at the moment. And truthfully, right, anything's better than Starmer. And I've often thought that we need a Prime Minister that is head and shoulders above the rest. I mean, what we've got at the moment, sorry, I've got a dog licking beside me and it's really distracting. What we've got at the moment is a very vindictive, nasty Prime Minister that is just bent on destroying the country. And I just feel that the more he pushes us, the more we're going to fight back, and the more we will rebel against him and his party. Because as you know as well as I do, everyone's had enough. We're sick of it. And we're at that point now, you fight fire with fire. And it's not about war. It's not about far rights or far left. It's about moral, ethical, and common sense. Because none of that what the government have got at the moment. I'll tell you someone who's got common sense, and that is Ant Middleton. I've said before, perhaps he should be the next Prime Minister. He's running for the Mayor of London. Well, I'll tell you what, it's damn sight better than Sadiq Khan he would be. But I think he should go a bit further. Perhaps he should be the next Prime Minister. We need someone that's got character and actually a person with integrity. He's ex-services, and what a better person to be in charge of the UK than someone that was was in the services, because those people that fought for our country put their lives on the line. They have, let's just speak about Ant Middleton. He is one of those blokes that puts people first. He's one. I can't speak for him. All I can speak is about him, and that is how I feel about him, and that is nothing but positive. Whereas Sir Keir Starmer is nothing but negative against him, because he has betrayed us. Sadiq Khan has betrayed us. The Labour Party's betrayed us. You might not like Nigel Farage. Not a problem. That's your opinion. I do like Nigel Farage, and I do like the Reform Party. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? And you're entitled to yours. We might not agree, but we can have a discussion about it. And my point is this: we need a new Prime Minister. We need someone to govern this country and to govern it properly, not this clown circus we've got in power at the moment. You know as well as I do, we've got boatloads of immigrants coming across to the UK, which is not very good for us. It's not good for everything in the UK. And you might say, well, we're helping them. We're a nation of Christians. Well, they don't respect what we do. They don't respect Christianity because they want to bring their religion here. If you're a foreigner coming to the UK, right, you abide by our laws. You abide by our religion, right? If you don't like it, go. As simple as that, right? You abide by our laws. You do as we tell you to do. You live within society. If you can't master that, then you're no place to be in the UK. And that is as broad as it is long. We are a proud nation of English, and we have been taken advantage for time and time again. You get people that come across in boats, and all they want to do is, but let's rephrase that a little bit. These people that are coming across in boats are fighting age men, right? They're not families fleeing war-torn countries. They're not children. They're adults. So what does that tell you? They could have found a safe place of refuge in the nearest country away from where they were. But no, they were choosing to come across to the UK. What does that tell us? It tells us a whole lot of things. And I'll tell you something else. That our government is betraying us and has betrayed us and is betraying us. So the way I see it is this. We don't really have a lot of choice. You might not agree with me. Fair enough. And I don't always agree with you. But that's as a point of an opinion, isn't it? If I think someone's been ridiculous and when they make a comment and it's absolutely, let's put it this way. I had to remove a comment tonight. And the reason why I removed the comment, it was the tone of what they were saying. So I thought to myself, I'm not going to answer it. I'm just going to remove it. Yes, I could have spent probably 15, 20, half hour, whatever time to answer it. But that had been me answering what I've already stated. So I've already stated what I want to state. And he's replying to me or she's replying to me. Fair point. But it was irrelevant. You're entitled to your opinion. But if I think it's irrelevant, I've already answered it. So that's why I deleted it. For me, it's been honest with you, and that is, I don't think the government we have at the moment is fit for purpose. I don't think they have our best interests at heart. I don't feel that the police is fit for purpose, and I don't think they have our best interests at heart. I'm not speaking for every single serving police officer, but when you see a woman constable on a YouTube video and the YouTuber saying to her, that person needs to be arrested, he should be arrested, and the woman constable says, what am I supposed to do? What does that tell you? It tells you that the police are incompetent. The police are not fit for purpose. So if that represents an individual choice by a police constable answering a YouTuber, how many other incidents like this have gone on where the police decide to do nothing? I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it, and that is we have a two-tier policing service. And we are in a point now where we don't have free speech. We're not allowed to say what we want to say because the government don't like it. And if the government don't like it, what happens? We get a knock on the door from the police officers. It's happened, right? And then there's allegations from people. Look what happened to Dr. K. I've given this example once before, but if you answer me and don't do the research, then I'm going to remove the comment because you haven't done the research. You haven't looked at the situation. You have not answered in a sensible way. You've taking it at face value, haven't done what I feel is a bit of research into it. I'm not a young person. I'm not naive. I've been on this planet for a fair few years, and I do have a little bit of wisdom. I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the most stupid person. I'm just a person with an opinion about what this government is doing. And it is absolutely atrocious. You might support Labour, you might support Conservative. That's your choice. But look at the opinion polls for the Reform Party. Look at the opinion polls for Nigel Farage. Look at the opinion polls for Sir Keir Starmer and the Conservative Party. This tells you the Reform UK is leading the polls. That is telling you that people are understanding what Reform is trying to do. You might not like Farage, fair enough, but you've got to understand that what Labour is doing to this country is absolutely criminal. Now, I'll take it away from me in the respect of, like, I'm saying this, but do your own research. Look at what, say, Andy the Gabby Cabby says. Look at Andy on, is it? I think he's Andy Andre. I can't. Sorry, I remember his first name. I do apologise. And other YouTubers and what's been said about this Labour government. There's so many people saying about the facts. Just listen to what the interview is with Ant Middleton on YouTube, and it comes across that people are making observations about Sadiq Khan, right? Sadiq Khan is not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a man of responsibility, not a man to face up and learn from his mistakes. It seems that it doesn't matter what happens, it seems to make the same mistakes over and over again. That's my opinion. Because if he did learn from his mistakes, we wouldn't be in this mess in London as it is now. I feel that the same about Sir Keir Starmer, and that is he has an agenda. He has a purpose for what he wants to do. Yes, the man is misled. Yes, the man is not fit for purpose and should have never been the Prime Minister. The man's an utter disgrace to king and country. But that is my opinion. I feel that the Labour Party has really shown what its true identities are really like now. And I feel that they're betraying everyone. You know, I don't want to go into a tit for tat or trying to explain the ins and outs of the duck's arse. It's not that sort of video. My point is this. I can see it, you can see it, how bad this government is. Right? Unless you've got blinkers on, right, and you don't listen to what people are saying, you will carry on going through life ignoring what other people are saying. Right? That's not me, that's you. Sorry about that. So my opinion and my feelings might be different to yours. So that being said, we can agree to disagree as such. But for those that do agree with me, leave a comment down below. If you disagree with me, leave a comment down below. But just be honest with me. And the way I see things is, what have we got to lose by having Reform UK. You might not like Nigel Farage. Okay, fair enough. I accept that. And every party we have, right, we might not like the representative who's at the helm of that party. I don't agree. I dislike Nigel Farage for sort of things like fox hunting and stuff like that. Um, I'm I'm not an animal rights person, but I believe in not hunting foxes and um, shooting game, because at the end of the day, yeah, kill an animal to eat it, but don't do it as a game, as fun for the world well and truly better off. But that's my opinion. I have my feelings, I have my views, and they might differ to other people. But what I'm trying to get at is this: with what we've seen of Sir Keir Starmer and the people I've spoken to, everyone is in agreement that the man is a disgrace. A lot of people calling him choice names. Me too. I've called him some right choice names. And he deserves what he gets because what he's done. I've and this is another thing as well, and that is, in all my life I've never ever seen a prime minister as absolutely as not fit for purpose as Sir Keir Starmer. Tony Blair was bad, and then you got Gordon Brown that called that woman a bigot, and this is what they will do. Luckily, he was caught with someone recording it. But what other things have these prime ministers said, and are these other politicians? It goes on and on and on. And we've got to a point where people are losing faith in government. People have lost their trust. Right? Why? Because we have been betrayed. And I was listening to Aunt Middleton today in an interview. And I'll tell you now, he is the only bloke I've listened to as lately to be proud to be English. And that says a lot. I just feel that no one else has inspired me like Aunt Middleton has. He would make an absolute fantastic Prime Minister. He's running for the Mayor of London, and I hope he does what he wants to do. And I think the whole of London should support him, because Sadiq Khan has been knighted. And I disagree with that. And I just feel that if you're going to be a sir, it's only on paper. Doesn't mean you're the most intelligent person in the land. And people, my opinions are, you might be gone to university and learned all this, that, and the other, right? But I tell you, the real people that are intelligent, people that are fixing your boilers, people that come to wire your house up, people that build your house, the truck drivers that deliver the goods to these places, yeah, the nurses and the doctors, they're real people, right? But it's people that have the ability to listen, to understand, right? And to have that sort of ability and what's the word I'm looking for? Reasoning to be a better person and to show that. It's just like, you get a tradesperson. They could do the job fantastically, right? But what makes the difference between someone as a trade person, someone that has gone to college, right, and someone is the Prime Minister? Well, the trade person is speaking to potential customers, the general public. Someone that goes to university, yeah, they've learnt their skills and done everything. I'm not trying to belittle them by any way, shape, or form, right? But all my feelings is that the people down on the ground is the people that are keeping this country on their feet. And that is the people that come to repair the boilers, service boilers and stuff like that. People that wire the houses up, repair, old people's homes and stuff like that. People that are working with the UK, British, English people. We all have our own opinions, okay? But that is my opinion. I feel that we've gone so far forward, but instead of going forward even further, we're going backwards. What do I mean? I mean, look at the towns and the cities, right? I'm not talking about London, I'm talking about the smaller cities, right? Like, say, Leeds, Coventry, Birmingham, right? I feel that those sort of places, you don't see what goes on in the back streets. You get a good representation from perhaps the council saying this city's this city's that. But you don't see all the foreigners, all these low lifes, drug addicts, drunks. Right? I go down to my town and I see drug addicts, people that are pissed out their brains, people that want to fight you, people want to damage your car. And I just think, where's the police? We're paying for a police service, they're never there. It is a complete, utter shambles, this country. It's a complete, utter mess. Why? Because our government is more interested in fragmenting society and not bringing people together. It's about divide and conquer. It's about controlling people and getting them to do as we want. Look at what they're trying to introduce, digital ID. We don't need it. It's absolutely stupidity in itself, right? It would probably never, ever come to fruition. More wasted taxpayers' money, right? I could go on and on and on and on how incompetent this government is and governments that have been, right? But you don't want to listen to that. What you want to do is understand that we need someone in government that is going to take this country and take it to where we need it to be, right? We need someone that's going to be the Prime Minister of this country, that person has got an attitude head and shoulders above what we got. I mean, Sir Keir Starmer is an utter disgrace. You might like him. Me personally, I cannot stand him. And the way I see things is that our cities, our towns need to be changed. We got people in these towns, people in the cities that just don't care. And that when that happens is because they are disillusioned with society. There's other reasons as well. But the whole thing in this country is a mess. And it's not just happened. People are taxed up to the hilt. People are taking drugs. People are drinking themselves to death. It's a way of escapism of reality. Some people can't even afford to heat the house, but they can feed themselves. This is the society we live in. If you were able to release all the wealth in the world, no one would need to starve. No one would need to leave their countries. It's because the greedy few have a lot of money that control people by their wealth. There's an old saying: "There's nobody better than me, and I'm no better than anyone else. I'm equal, and at the end of the day, I'm just the same as everyone else, right?" And what sets me different is that I'm willing to try, I'm willing to be better, and I believe in the right things. I believe in justice, and I don't feel we've got justice in this country, and I don't think we've got a proper government in this country. And the way I see things going at the moment is nowhere where we want it to go. This government has done everything in its powers to piss everyone off. You know it, I know it. But I'll say this, I'm going to close this video and end this video because it's gone on far too long. But what I'm trying to say is this, right? You might not agree with me or you might agree with me. But this country needs a government that is fit for purpose. We need a police force that is fit for purpose. That's what we need in this country. And we need to be proud to be English. Those three things. That's all we need. And a little bit more in between. So thank you for watching, everyone. Please leave a comment down below. And please subscribe to the channel. Please like, share. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.